Oggi impariamo le parole per i negozi in italiano. Ciao studenti, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn the Italian vocabulary and common useful phrases for shops in Italy, plus a bonus grammar tip about prepositions and places. Before we jump in, if you're serious about improving your Italian vocabulary, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This way, you will never miss out on my weekly Italian language tips, tricks, and lessons. Ok, iniziamo. The first word I want to teach you is the word for bakery. Now, in Italian, we actually have two words for that. So let me show you both of them. The first one, la prima parola, is panificio. Panificio. The second word is similar and is panetteria. Panetteria. Both those words mean bakery in Italian. They are used commonly, both of them. So now let me show you two example sentences, one for each one of them, because here's something interesting that happens with prepositions. Andiamo. So let's suppose we want to say, I buy fresh bread at the bakery. Let's make this sentence with panificio first. So I buy fresh bread at the bakery. That in Italian would be compro il pane fresco al panificio. Okay, so nothing strange here. We say I buy, compro, il pane fresco, the fresh bread, al panificio, at the bakery. Now, one thing I want to point out. Can you notice how both panificio and panetteria have pane in their root? So that's an easy way to remember this noun because that's what they do. They make bread, fanno il pane. So that's why they're called panificio and panetteria. Of course, they make other yummy stuff, but that's the base of the business, okay? So, compro il pane fresco al panificio. Now, look what happens if instead I use panetteria for the same sentence. So, I buy fresh bread at the bakery. If I use panetteria instead, this is what happens. Okay, let's take a little bit more space for this. Compro il pane fresco in panetteria. Interessante. Can you see that? We switched from the preposition a to the preposition in. And we don't use any article because we say al panificio, so a plus il, al, but we just say in panetteria. How is that possible? Well, welcome into the world of prepositions in Italian. Prepositions can be very confusing, so here I'm sharing a very handy trick that you can use with any place ending in eria. Okay, so whenever you have a place that ends in eria, and we have plenty, remember that we don't use a, we use in as a preposition. So a is the general preposition that we use with places. Al ristorante, alla libreria, we're going to see a lot of these places today. But if you have a place that ends in eria, remember that goes with in. So this is my trick about preposition that I wanted to share with you today. And don't worry, we're going to practice this a lot today because we have a lot of shops that end in eria. Pizzeria, anyone? That's one example. So we're going to practice this more, and if you like this tip, please comment your favorite area shop in a comment below at the end of the video. Okay, let's move on. So remember, al panificio, in panetteria, they both mean bakery in Italian. Va bene? Ok. Allora, next word that we're going to talk about is supermarket. This is easy. Supermercato. Supermercato. Per esempio, if I want to say I go to the supermarket to do grocery shopping. Supermercato is a normal place in the city, so we use the preposition a. So, vado al supermercato per fare la spesa. Vado al supermercato per fare la spesa. I go to the supermarket to do grocery shopping. So how do we say grocery shopping? Fare la spesa, the whole phrase. Fare la spesa means to do grocery shopping. Ok, andiamo avanti. Un'altra parola, the word for butcher shop. The butcher shop is macelleria. See, we have more. Macelleria. That means butcher shop. Per esempio, if we want to say the best meat is found at the butcher shop, that in Italian would be la carne migliore si trova in macelleria. The best meat is found at the butcher shop. But see how we're saying in macelleria. Remember the trick. Whenever you have eria, just in and the place. Va bene? Another one ending in eria is the fishmonger. So the shop where you buy fish. That in Italian is pescheria. Pescheria. So if you want to say, I like to buy fresh fish at the fishmonger, how would you say that? Mi piace comprare il pesce fresco in pescheria. See, all these words ending in eria have another thing in common, which is the stress. The stress is on the I. Pescheria, macelleria. See, they all have the stress placement in the stress placed in the same spot, which is the I. So take a little bit of time to pause, spend a little bit more time on the I, and that's going to give you the right pronunciation. Pescheria. Repeat after me. Pescheria, macelleria. Okay? Perfetto. And we're going to practice this even more because we have more area words for places, for shops in the city. Il prossimo, next one, is another great shop, which is a bookstore. So how do we say bookstore in Italian? That's libreria. Libreria. Okay? So, for example, the bookstore has a wide selection of books. So, la libreria ha una vasta scelta di libri. La libreria, the bookstore, ha una vasta scelta, has a wide, vasta means wide, and scelta means choice. So we tend to say choice more than selection. Ha una vasta scelta, has a wide choice, di libri, of books. Libreria. Ok, andiamo avanti. We still have plenty of shops to talk about. So next time you come shopping to Italy, you can go in any of those. Next one is another favorite of mine, to be honest, which is a stationery store. Yeah, I have a thing for stationery. So this is one of my favorite ones. Cartoleria. Cartoleria. That means stationery store. Probably has to do with carta, if you think about this. So that should help you with memorization. Cartoleria, like carta, which means paper, which is a shop where they sell paper and related stuff. Ok, per esempio, I buy notebooks and pens at the stationery store. How do we say that? Compro quaderni e penne. So I buy notebooks and pens in cartoleria, because we're still dealing with an area word. Okay, next word is the word for pharmacy, and that's farmacia. Farmacia. Now, notice this. Although this is not an area word, like macelleria, like libreria, like cartoleria, this is farmacia. This still follows the same rule of the previous one. So we say in farmacia. Va bene? So, for example, I go to the pharmacy for medicines. Vado in farmacia per le medicine. Okay? Oh, quick trick. Don't say drugs, don't say droghe, because in Italy, the word droghe, which literally means drugs, only means illegal drugs. So always ask for medicine instead. It's better. Va bene? Perfetto. La prossima parola è negozio di alimentari. So this word means grocery shop. Okay, so we have supermercato for a big supermarket, but if you want to talk about a smaller grocery shop, so a place that only focuses on selling groceries, we say negozio di alimentari. Okay, alimentari essentially means food. Va bene? So, for example, the grocery shop, the grocery store is near my house. Il negozio di alimentari è vicino a casa mia. Va bene? Perfetto. Now, this form negozio di is something that we use a lot for different types of stores and shops. So I'm going to show you more of these. Now, I know this is a lot of vocabulary and a lot of words. So please remember that, as always, I prepared a PDF for this lesson for you that you can download using the link in the description below, so that you can easily review all these words and all the examples with all the tips and the specific vocabulary that we are using today. So don't forget to download your PDF, link is in the description. Ok, andiamo avanti. Let's move on. Another way to say shop that I want to point out is a word that you probably heard before in Italian, which is not negozio, but this word is bottega. Bottega. Now, bottega means shops too, but it means a smaller shop. Bottega is something that comes from, from Italy in the past decades, where there were so many small shops, usually run by family members, so the members of the same family, and we still have them, but in the past they were so many. And in fact, there was a saying in Italian I want to share with you. We used to say casa e bottega. So casa e bottega was a way to refer to those shops that were housed in small buildings, and usually on the ground floor there was the bottega, the small family-run shop, and on the other floors you had the house of the family. So they would literally live, their life would be just casa and bottega. They would just move back and forth from the house to the shop, and that was the life of these people mostly. So that's why we said casa e bottega. Okay, so bottega are important part of our culture, our history, our heritage, and I want to show that with you. Nowadays, we don't have as many botteghe as we used to have, but still, they're part of our reality. So, for example, if you want to say there is a small shop at the corner of the street, and that's a family shop, we would probably, family run shop, we probably say c'è una piccola bottega all'angolo della strada. There is a small shop, family run shop at the corner of the street. So remember, bottega just means shop, negozio, but usually bottega is smaller and a family run business, whereas negozio is more generic and usually used for bigger shops. Va bene? Okay, now let's see some more examples of negozi, so shops in general. Another one that you may need is a clothing store, clothing shop. That's negozio di abbigliamento. Negozio di abbigliamento. For example, I am looking for a new dress in the clothing store. Sto cercando un vestito nuovo nel negozio di abbigliamento. Okay, so when we use negozio, we always use this formula, negozio di, shop of, and then, the kind of goods that they sell. So, for example, alimentari means food, negozio di alimentari, abbigliamento means clothing in general. So, negozio di abbigliamento, shop of clothing. So, remember, this is the formula with this kind of shops. Okay, let's see a few more. Next one is a shoe store. How would we say that with negozio? You can think about that. Forza, forza. You can do this. Negozio di scarpe. That's it. Per esempio, that shoe store sells some gorgeous sandals. Quel negozio di scarpe, that shoe store, vende dei sandali bellissimi. Sells gorgeous sandals. By the way, if you want to know more about how to say different shoes, well, specific shoes for summer like sandals and other Italian vocabulary for summer stuff, I do have another video of this series dedicated to this very topic. You will find the link in the description, as always. Ok, andiamo. Another very important shop nowadays is an electronic store. So how do we say that with negozio? Negozio di elettronica. Negozio di elettronica. For example, the new electronics store has some good deals. So let's learn how to say some good deals too. Let me type this. Il nuovo negozio di elettronica ha delle buone offerte. So, delle buone offerte is how we say some good deals in Italian. We say some good offers. Il nuovo negozio di elettronica ha delle buone offerte. Perfetto. Ok ragazzi, we are almost done. Just a few more that you may find helpful. Next one is toy store. How do we say that? Negozio di giocattoli. So, negozio di giocattoli means shop of toys, toy store. Per esempio, children love to go to the toy store. I bambini, let's pronounce this better. I bambini, open up your A. I bambini adorano andare al negozio di giocattoli. So we tend to say to adore rather than to love when talking about things that you like to do, that you love to do. So i bambini adorano andare al negozio di giocattoli. Ok, andiamo avanti. Sports shop. Sports shop is negozio di, you could think negozio di sport. No, a little bit more difficult. Negozio di articoli sportivi. Negozio di articoli sportivi. So we say shop of sport articles, meaning sport goods. Va bene? Quindi, per esempio, I found a great racket at the sporting goods store. That's let's take a little bit more space, un po' più di spazio, un pochino. Ho trovato un'ottima racchetta, I found a great, excellent racket, al negozio di articoli sportivi, at the shop of sports goods. Notice how with negozio we're using a, so we're back to the general preposition rule of using a for places in the city. Al negozio, va bene? Perfetto. Ok ragazzi, 2 more. Forza, let's move on. Continuiamo. The next one is furniture store. So how do we say that? Negozio di mobili. Mobili in italiano means furniture. So, negozio di mobili. Per esempio, we bought a new sofa at the furniture store. Abbiamo comprato un divano nuovo al negozio di mobili. Ok. Last but not least, you may need this one. Flower shop. So how do we say a flower shop in Italian? You can guess this. Forza. When I say forza, I mean go. That's something I also use with my students. Negozio di fiori. That's a way... Okay, sorry guys, I cannot type. Negozio di fiori. That's how you can say flower shop in Italian. For example, I ordered a bouquet of roses at the flower shop. Well, for bouquet, we do use the word bouquet too, but let's use an Italian word. Ho ordinato un mazzo di rose. So I ordered literally that means a bunch of roses, but it's also used as a bouquet. Quindi ho ordinato un mazzo di rose al negozio di fiori. Ok ragazzi, there you have it. Shops in Italian. I negozi in italiano. I know this was a lot, but that's the name for... those are the names for these places. And remember, always remember that memorizing words takes time. So make sure to practice these words, like, for example, get in the habit of naming them aloud in Italian when shopping in your town. So when you see a flower shop, oh, un negozio di fiori, oh, una libreria, oh, una cartoleria, get into this habit of using your vocabulary, and soon you will be able to remember all these words effortlessly. Now, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Italian language vocabulary tips and tricks. Alla prossima! Till next time. Ciao da Valentina.